What's happening with the Los Angeles Lakers right now feels like a pivotal moment for the franchise, especially when it comes to their plans at the center position. The biggest buzz, and probably the most talked about move on the horizon, is all about Aton potentially coming over to join the Lakers. Now, I'm not an insider or anything official, but from what I'm seeing and piecing together, the Lakers are definitely expecting Aton to be their guy. There's enough evidence to suggest that they are ready to pull the trigger and sign him. And what's fascinating is how the pieces are falling into place financially and roster-wise. Just yesterday, the Lakers used part of their mid-level exception to sign Jake LaRavia, a young player with a lot of upside, on a contract worth around $6 million. That mid-level exception space became available once Dorian Finney-Smith left the team to join the Houston Rockets. So by letting Finney-Smith walk, the Lakers freed up some salary cap room, which they're now using to bring in both LaRavia and, presumably, Aton. This financial maneuvering hints strongly that the Lakers have been planning this all along. The timing couldn't be more perfect, especially since Aton's deal seems to line up almost exactly with LaRavia's. In terms of the salary structure, give or take $1 million here or there. What's really interesting is how the original expectations around Aton's contract evolved. Initially, many thought he would command something closer to $20 million per year. The idea was that he'd take the full mid-level exception from whichever team signed him, which would have helped balance out the Lakers' salary commitments, especially given the loss of Finney-Smith. However, Aton ended up securing a contract worth around $25.5 million, which is significantly more than originally expected. This shift changes the Lakers' strategy a bit, but it's still manageable because they seem prepared to handle the numbers involved. It also means that Aton is probably going to be the centerpiece of their front court plans moving forward. Looking at the bigger picture, it's clear the Lakers see Aton as their starting center, the key piece to fill a long-standing gap on their roster. The contract details that are being speculated: a 2-year deal with a player option for the second year make a lot of sense from both sides. For Aton, the player option means he's guaranteed a solid salary in the first year, but also has flexibility if he wants to test free agency or look for a bigger contract afterward. For the Lakers, it keeps their options open for 2027, when they might want to pursue other stars or make further moves around their core players, like LeBron James and Anthony Davis. This kind of short-term, flexible deal is exactly what the Lakers need as they try to balance competing now with building for the near future. The timing and context also matter a lot. The Lakers had been linked with other centers earlier, including Clint Capela, Brook Lopez, and Luke Cornet, but all of those players ended up signing elsewhere, often for more money than the Lakers were willing or able to pay. Those names might have been tempting, but realistically, none of them fits as well as Aton does when you factor in salary, upside, and the team's overall roster construction. Aton is not only the best center available, but also probably the best realistic option for the Lakers, especially since they managed to get him without having to trade for him or give up assets. That kind of opportunity is rare, and it would be a mistake to pass on it. Jake LaRavia's signing also fits neatly into this puzzle. He's a promising young player who can provide depth and versatility, especially as a shooter who can space the floor and create offense both for himself and his teammates. At just 23 years old, LaRavia still has room to grow and develop, which aligns well with the Lakers' need for younger talent around their aging stars. Before his injury, he showed flashes of real potential with the Sacramento Kings, demonstrating the ability to knock down shots and contribute in a variety of ways. The Lakers are clearly hoping he can carve out a role and be a reliable part of their rotation. But even with LaRavia's potential, the Lakers' biggest and most urgent need remains at center. And that's why Aton is so crucial. The team has been searching for a strong presence in the paint for a long time, and Aton fits the bill perfectly. The Lakers need someone who can protect the rim, rebound, and also offer some offensive production, and Aton ticks all those boxes. There's no way they would jeopardize their chance to sign him just to add a player like LaRavia, who, while valuable, is not a replacement for what a dominant center can bring. The priority has to be clear: get Aton first, then build around him with players like LaRavia. It's worth noting that the Lakers' front office has been quite calculated with their moves. They clearly wanted to keep the door open to sign Aton, which meant they couldn't commit long-term money elsewhere or overextend themselves. The decision not to offer Dorian Finney-Smith a long-term deal is probably tied to this strategy. Finney-Smith was a solid contributor last season, But the Lakers had to make a tough choice to let him walk in order to create enough cap space for Aton and LaRavia. It's a classic example of roster management where sometimes you have to sacrifice a valuable player. To address an even bigger need, there was some talk about concerns with Aton's health or ankle. But those rumors don't seem to hold much. Wait, the Lakers management, especially Rob Pelinka, knows exactly what they're doing. Pelinka has a background as an agent, so he understands how delicate these negotiations and player relations hips are. It would be incredibly short-sighted for the Lakers to blow up the deal or raise doubts publicly over something like that. They are operating with a clear plan, and they know that getting Aton on board is essential for their success moving forward. From a broader perspective, Aton's availability changed everything for the Lakers before he entered the picture. They were pursuing other options, but once it became clear Aton was on the market, the Lakers shifted gears completely. This also affected other players in the league. Centers like Clint Capela and Brook Lopez likely reevaluated their options, knowing the Lakers would probably sign Aton, which impacted their own contract decisions. For example, Capela chose to join the Rockets, where he could still get significant minutes and a better salary, rather than accept a smaller role or less money with the Lakers. Lopez made a similar choice, opting to sign with the Clippers for a higher salary, rather than settle for a veteran minimum in Los Angeles. The Aton signing, if it goes through as expected, will be one of the most important moves the Lakers have made in recent years. It's not just about plugging a hole for 1 or 2 seasons. It's about setting up a foundation for the future. Pairing Aton with young players like LaRavia and key stars like LeBron and Anthony Davis gives the Lakers a mix of experience, potential, and versatility. It creates a team that can compete now while still having room to grow and adapt in the coming years. Ultimately, the Lakers' strategy seems to be all about balancing present competitiveness with future flexibility. They want to keep their options open for 2027 and beyond, when they hope to attract another star alongside Luka Doncic or other emerging talents. Signing Aton to a 2-year deal with a player option fits perfectly into that plan, allowing them to secure a top-tier center without sacrificing their long-term salary cap flexibility. The Jake LaRavia signing adds another piece to the puzzle. He's a young, athletic player who can space the floor, shoot threes, and contribute defensively. While he's not the centerpiece like Aton, he provides valuable depth and potential, which the Lakers desperately need given the age of their core players. LaRavia's ability to develop alongside veterans and stars gives the Lakers hope that he can become a key rotation player who helps keep the team competitive over the next several seasons. In the end, all signs point to the Lakers committing fully to Aton as their starting center. The financial moves, the player signings, and the shifting priorities all support this conclusion. It's a move that could define their roster for years, potentially giving them the interior presence they have lacked for a while. The Lakers are clearly trying to build a balanced, competitive team around their superstar core, and landing Aton might just be the missing piece to make that happen. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. In a move that sent ripples through the NBA community, LeBron James has stirred the pot once again, this time with a bold declaration that has fans and insiders buzzing with anticipation. During an off-season media appearance in Los Angeles, LeBron casually dropped a bombshell that has yet to be confirmed by official channels: the potential arrival of GIANNIS Antetokounmpo to the Los Angeles Lakers. While no formal statements have been made by the Lakers organization or GIANNIS himself, LeBron's words were anything but ambiguous. "It's happening," he said with a smirk, hinting at the Greek freak donning the iconic purple and gold next season. Whether this was a calculated tease, an informal confirmation, or simply classic LeBron gamesmanship remains up for debate. What is certain, though, is that the NBA landscape could be on the verge of a seismic shift. Sources close to the Lakers camp have neither confirmed nor denied the potential move, but behind-the-scenes murmurs suggest conversations have been taking place. The Lakers front office has been aggressively exploring ways to bolster their roster around LeBron and Anthony Davis, especially after a playoff exit that left much to be desired. GIANNIS, with his elite two-way play and championship pedigree, could be the final piece in a new Lakers super team puzzle. Of course, there are many logistical hurdles. GIANNIS is still under contract with Milwaukee, and the Bucks have shown no signs of parting ways with their franchise cornerstone. Still, stranger things have happened in the NBA, where loyalty and long-term plans can vanish with the right trade package or persuasive pitch. Whether this is a well-placed rumor, a leaked truth, or just LeBron fueling the off-season narrative, one thing is certain, the basketball world is watching closely. If LeBron's hint proves to be more than talk, the Lakers might just be ready to usher in a new dynasty and the league will never be the same. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.